Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Happy Sunday. So this is we are back on Sundays. Usually we conduct this podcast on Saturday 7 p.m. But today, for some reasons, we are shifted to the Sunday, and most probably for some conveniences, we will be changing the time and day. Please apologize for all those things. Even though our content will be same, and I will be discussing most of the things along with the Cathy for in the future VC and Cathy podcast. And as you all know, today's caption, it is going to be a kind of thing we need to discuss. Why? Because we were discussing about the nurses, we are discussing about the healthcare professionals, but when it comes to a normal human being, we need to study about them. Because today, when you see many of the protests, along with many kind of things happening in our India and other countries, we couldn't believe that every morning when we wake up, it is like literally something changed. Why? Because when we think about some people, they stay yesterday, but they are not today. And some newses were something the past newses like they protest was continuing for the long time. But today, when it comes to the day one, when we wake up, what happens is yesterday night there will be some tweet or some person as giving some videos to the social media, that is official videos to the social medias, and the entire thing it is changing in the one night. So whenever we wake up, something it is changing. So that's why we need to think about most of the thing in this mental health also, because this the day-to-day life, it is mainly related not only to the physical matters, it is also about our mental and emotional status. So today's topic is when headlines hurt. Like whenever we wake up, we see some newses. It is not only if you think like before 10 years, I was sitting in my hall or the living room in my house along with my parents. They will be seeing the news in any kind of English or the Tamil news channels. But today, nobody is watching the news in the television. They are just scrolling in the Instagram and YouTube. So there is a evolution of the changes in everything based upon our technology. But one thing it is not a change. The thing it is the bad news is when something it is going to be happen as good things, it is not opening in the morning sector. So it is like it is coming in the mid time. Okay, something it has been established, something the new thing has been inaugurated. But when we wake up at the 6 a.m. or 7 p.m., what happens is you will be getting only the bad news of the past days or the present today morning. Okay, so for the main understanding about this thing, only we are going to discuss along with our Cathy. Cathy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay,
How are you?
so yeah, I'm too good. But for some reasons, we shifted to this 10 a.m. This is a new thing. Why? Because when Kathy's background, if I see it, will be very dark. Why? Because the windows looks like the night. Today we are sitting in the day and we are speaking about these things. The entirely a different day. We are speaking about this, but this is necessary to
I
speak.
like this
That's why
color
Kathy.
background, the paint which is there in the courtyard.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine. So today we don't want to waste time of the people to stay back in our podcast for the long 1 hour. So we wanted to finish it up before 1 hour. So we'll start with the session, Kathy, and just moving along with our VC's Connect. The first question I want to ask to you is: do you check the news daily? That every day? That today
In,
morning, did you check the news? Any
no,
updates?
not yet, because I went to church and I am just here for the podcast. So not yet. I have to go in after this only.
Okay, the other days, like something like previous yesterday
Yes.
or day before
Not
yesterday.
exactly the right in the morning. I used to. I don't check news. So
Okay.
as I have told in my earlier episodes also, I don't get to take my
Mm.
mobile phone right after, because I have to get ready for work and go. So right in the morning, I won't check news. Maybe during my leisure time, during break time, or it is most probably in the evening only, not in the morning.
Okay. Those who have already followed our podcast knows about our healthy morning lifestyles. Why? Because Kathy's told us many suggestions to change our morning lifestyles itself. Why? Because she is following the same. So that is what she wanted us to follow in our lifestyle, so that something will be changed and something will be better in our present day. So that's great, Kathy. You already said this answer, but even though I want to pitch the same question here too, why? Because this is like kind of thing. Every day we wake up along with the newspaper or the television or the Instagram or the YouTube, but it is the mainly the news. It is not about something those who dance in the Instagram or they those things in Instagram, some arts. It will not be coming in the morning. It will be the daily everyday newses that will be projected in our social medias too. Okay, I want to ask you the another thing. Have any news, like some recent news, that stayed in your mind for the long days, something like this protest?
Not that one, but the gang rape of a child who died
Okay.
recently. That stayed like I felt very insecure to go out.
Oh, okay. uh,
Even though I'm a grown
that's
up, that news made me feel very, very insecure. That news was
yes,
in my mind. I was really very upset
yes,
about that. I couldn't get
yeah.
out of it for a long time.
Yes, the same thing. I think so. In previous some podcasts, I mentioned about this children abuse and infant abuse also. So that's really a bad thing for us to hear from our Indian people are doing to the small children. When something like 5 years before or 10 years or some 20 years before also we can speak. When somebody sees in the bus in the traveling bus, if you see some pregnant ladies are standing, they will give the space to sit in the bus, and people stand for them. And if some people see there is a baby with a 1 year or 2 year or 3 years, they voluntarily give space to the mother and the child. But nowadays, after this era, what happened is, if you see some pregnant ladies also, nobody bother about them. If they see about any child, any infant, any breastfeeding mother is coming and standing in the bus also, nobody wants to give their place or their seat where they sat in the bus. Literally, within my 30 years itself, I'm seeing these two changes of the human mentality. I don't know how it is happening, but even though some people are giving some point of thing that okay, there are pregnant mothers are coming, so we need to give some facility to them. But when it comes to the normal human being, they doesn't want to react to them. They are thinking like you are also a human being, I am also a human being, so why I should give the space to you. It is not only for the pregnant mother, son, child, I'm saying for the geriatrics also. Many times while I'm traveling with my bike, I see people like more than 60 years, more than 70 years standing in a bus and they are traveling while our youngsters are sitting in the bus. Why don't we bother for the half an hour to stand? Nobody thinks about this for today. But when it came like when we were in the small ages, I seen people gave space to my mother. Why? Because when my mother carry my brothers in a hand, what happens? They gave a space in this bus. It is what not only this situation, the bus situation. It is for the entire area I'm seeing. But there is a drastic changes. Why the mentality of the human being is going very worse, like a animal. I don't know. But even though it is happening in our society, Kathy.
Actually, we can't tell like the mentality is changing like animal because we can also have two perspectives. One is that we don't know how long he stood actually there. You say young
Hmm.
children are sitting like we don't know young children no like young adult sitting maybe he would have stood there for a long day in his work take care of our
Hmm.
nurses. We stand for a long hours, 6 hours shift, and then once we get into the bus, we obviously tend to sit. But
Yes.
very older persons like who cannot even stand, who gets into the bus, then it is like citizens' common duty to give space for them. And the bus should
Yes.
also have like we have now seats for women. They can go claim
Yeah.
those seats if they want. In Delhi Metro, all I've seen when we travel, if someone sits in the women's seat, when there is no crowd, no one questions them. But automatically, when a woman gets in there, she herself asks the persons to stand up. and they don't
Mm,
even speak a word against them. They just leave the way.
mm,
So it
yeah.
depends upon the situation. Just like that, we cannot blame anyone. We also have to think on their side. But this have already changed. Like people's mentality is like that. I too pay. Why should I stand? That is what people's
Mm,
mentality sometimes nowadays.
mm,
And
mm,
that was
mm.
recently what, like someone asked a seat in a bus, and the reply was, even I paid. Why should I stand? That was the reply. So the
Yeah.
change in mentality is that way. Not we have changed to animals, but it is many people are little selfish, and they think about their sophistication. They put
Mm.
themselves beyond all. That's what is happening.
Yes, when it comes to the reservation, it is already booked and the seats is blocked already. But I'm saying about the general public. Nowadays, we are all not traveling in the local transport. That's the main issue. And when it was my college days, I travel in the local buses and I see many things that people give a space to them. And it is not only the youngsters is working in a office. The same 60 years old geriatric people and 70 years old geriatric people is also working in the same company and they are standing in the bus. Even though they got retired from that company, they are joining in the other company. Why? Because no youngsters wants to make our mother and father to sit in the home. That's the thing. Already it has changed from the house. So from the house and the home, you are changed your mentality. When you see the other people, the other mother and father or mother is standing, it doesn't bother. Okay, same you said, like it is like a selfishness. When I travel to, when I sit along with my wife, I will obviously I will not give space to them. It is like a kind of the selfishness only. But when we travel alone, it is our necessary and basic criteria to stand and give a space for a half an hour. And we can ask them where they are going and what is the duration of the time, so that we can give something. It is not like entirely we need to stand. I'm not saying like that. So it is like providing something like half of the things to the people, those who doesn't have the facility. That's the main thing here happens. And I want to ask you the other thing in the VCs Connect. Do you think the social media has changed the way we react to the bad news?
I don't think so. It's everyone's individual thing how they react to bad news. Social media has influence, but it depends upon the
Mm,
person's mentality. Because according to me, what I feel is, if I keep on seeing bad news and get affected by it, I attract a lot of negative energy. So I don't usually see a bad news more than twice. If at all, I need a follow up. Like what happened? What
yeah.
was the next
Yeah.
sequence? What happened to the case? And so,
Mhm.
so if
Yes,
it is
yes.
only this, if it is like that, I just follow up, or else I just ignore the news the next time it comes. I just scroll it away, so that the algorithm doesn't send me the same news again. Because when I get a bad news, as I said, I was really insecure for a lot of time recently
Yeah.
after the news. I easily get affected when I see some bad news. So I literally avoid seeing such news. Even in the thumbnails, if there are any news like that, I will not skip into that. I will just skip the reel. I will not get into it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the one thing is, I want to prevent my mental health. So it
Yeah.
has a lot of influence in the way, like initially during COVID-19, a research said, like it was not the COVID who killed people; it was the anxiety who killed them. Because
Yes.
they say every day they were all what isolated, and they were just scrolling reels in Instagram, Facebook, and those days we had also TikTok, which is banned right now, and we
Yeah.
get to know news about death rates and what are the side effects and everything they were learning. So once they get identified as COVID positive patients, in the anxiety just levels up, and
Yeah.
okay, I too will be suffering the same. That anxiety only killed many people, not the disease. uh, the
Mm-hmm.
anxiety will bring you breathlessness, insufficient oxygenation. It requires more energy to settle down. So there is a research which says anxiety kills more than the disease. So that is why many researchers are going nowadays to calm down the anxiety. Like before even a surgery, we are doing pre-procedural. Like it is mandatory to settle down anxiety before a surgery. We give a lot of
Yes.
concern. Initially, concerns were in oral form. Now we show videos. We explain them with animations that they calm really down before their surgery so that they don't have
Yeah.
any post-surgical complications. The same way
Yes.
it goes here also. So once a bad news comes, it levels up our anxiety and it totally affects our mood of the. It spoils the day. That's why I really don't want to see news in the morning. I
Okay.
really
Okay.
skip viewing my phones. Like if at all a death news comes about a actor or a singer or a lyricist, like okay, oh my god, he went. The they will be little subtle when in the initial
Yes.
time even. So it's better to avoid seeing news in the morning if your algorithm just shows such types of news.
Mm.
I make
Okay.
sure
We
my
have.
algorithm doesn't
Yeah.
show that news is first in the morning.
Okay. Actually, this happens technologically. What happens is we have a option in Instagram, YouTube, and other social media platform that if you don't want to see that kind of news or some reels, you can block that one, or you can report that it is not necessary
Not
for my
interested.
news feed. Okay. So what happens in future? You will not be getting the same. Sometimes this happens to me also. If I see some heroines reels in like if some movies came and I'm watching them frequently, what happens? For example, now the Nikki's one it came, no? What's that movie? I forgot that name. So that movie, a heroine acted very well. Why? Because the movie doesn't require a hero for that particular movie, and it was very scary to see that may happen in our real life. So when I scroll that kind of reels to me, yeah, I'm sorry, some technical glitch. When I see watch something like the same kind of stretches is happening, I do get the reels like a same thing. When I scroll at the late night, sometimes what happens? It will come immediately, and it will be scaring me for the long time that day. Why? Because morning sometimes I will not work for perfectly, and the midnight I will touch for some content preparation. What happens is when I scroll it up, it will come like something. So this happens to all of us. It is not only the bad news, and for as you said, like COVID, that influenced many things along with the social media. Social media has its own pros and cons. When we utilize it perfectly, it will give us perfect one. Nowadays, we have an open network to watch a porn, but nowadays we have the open network to watch something that can skill up you, but what we are choosing is that it is a porn content, most probably for adults. Okay, so that's the kind of thing it is happening in our in social media. You have both. Choose whichever you it is necessary. Like the marriage, if you show a girl photo or the boy photo to you, it is like you can just choose it. Okay, this one I can go with this one or that one. It is like that. So that it is happening for the most of the time. This is just kind of the example I am giving. It is not the perfect example here. While you say about anxiety, Kathy, I want to think, okay, the news has came, and today I'm just watching that news. It is not my mother, it is not my father, it is not my son, or it is not my daughter, or it is not my wife also. Okay, nobody from my relatives. But even though it is affecting me a lot, what might be the reason scientifically why it is affecting me? I also have my wife sitting in the bedroom. She's fine. I'm seeing visually. But the same something it has happened to some other's wife. It has been like some drastic or tragic incident happened to somebody's wife. It hurts me. I'm thinking it might be happened to my wife. Why it is happening to all human beings?
That is because of the emotional connect, like evolutionary wiring, we say. Because people just instantly connect everything to their lives. What if it happens to me? That is the thing. Like as days pass, uh, every each and every simple thing they connect to them, like be it
Yes.
negative incidents or positive, everything. What if I'm in that place? Maybe they are taught empathy and they are asked to stand in others place, and they connect to it or not. Or sometimes it is
Mm-hmm.
their own intuitions or negative bias. Like we always attract negative news once we get into that. And that initially that
Mm-hmm.
like it connects us emotionally, like we
Mm-hmm.
see us in that place. So automatically we
Yes.
tend to think, what if it happens to me, what if it happens to my
Mm-hmm.
family? Every time, like it is said like what as I said, evolutionary wiring is nothing but from our during the developmental period, each and every
Mm-hmm.
instinct, like we are taught, don't go out, don't do this, don't do that, or else this will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So since we are taught, as we evolve, every bad news like connects to us. Oh, okay, if I go, that will happen to me also. Like, what if
Yes.
I am the next victim? So they
Mm-hmm.
think themselves in that way. So that is why it really hurts a lot. Even I
Mm-hmm.
told my that is what we instantly connect ourselves in that place.
Okay, so we are just correlating the same situation to our existing life. That is also happening. I also had the same incident recently when I went along with my wife and daughter for the small tea date. What happened is when we returned back, I told, okay, the our house, it is apartment is nearby. You just walk and go. I will come along with my bike. That instantly, what I thought is, if they go by walk, if there is a pit hole, what happens to them? If there is a wire, it is in the road, if it is falls on them, what happened to them? If some bike or the car, it is driving very fastly, if something it has happened, what? So instantly I'm getting the frequent amount of negative thoughts instead of a positive one. The positive thing is they're walking, they're exploring the road, they're watching each and every human being. If they want to connect with them, they can speak. If my baby sees the another baby, if my baby sees some animals which is roaming in the street, that is kind of the positive thing. They are just socializing them, but I'm not thinking about the socializing thing. The first immediately I'm getting a bad emotions, bad feelings. So that kind of empathetical thing, it is happening day to day to me. So what you said is really right. It is happening to every individual, but we don't have time to think, okay, this will not be the same for me. We will do the positive affirmation of how you said. You will write some affirmation or you journal something, but we are not doing correctly for the entire lifelong. So that's the main thing. And I want to ask you the other thing, like when we speak about this particular situations, if I'm watching the reels, which it is not fine for me, which is not fine for to my life, but even though it is wrong, I'm watching the same. Why it is happening to me? I can go and watch something good reels, I can go and watch some movies, I can go and watch some people who is singing, who is dancing perfectly, and I can learn something else in my social media, but I'm scrolling the particular one which is not good for me. Why it is happening to not only to me, for all of us?
Simple, only one word: survival instinct. Because we
Mm,
learn to live cautiously. So, to be
yeah.
cautious, we are learning what all happens, like what will happen, how is the society. So, that is what, to survive in the society, we should know about it fully so that we don't get caught
Mm,
in some incident. So, that tendency of being cautious only makes us see such reels or such news, so that
okay.
okay, such things are happening, I have to be very careful. It is not
Mm-hmm.
like just going off, dusting it off, but this is what the exact thing. We are always,
Mm-hmm.
our human brain is set to be cautious, alert every time. So
Okay.
we the survival instinct says to read more about that, to get deeply involved in that. So if I am in that particular situation, how should I handle that, or what should I react? So they tend to read the full news. For example, recently there was a murder in Las Pet, 2 days
Mm-hmm.
within the day.
Yes.
So when the news came up, I just left it off once. Second, again the
Mm-hmm.
same news came, like the murderer was arrested. So that time I had the
Mm-hmm.
curiosity to get to know why the murder actually happened. Because
Okay.
if it is simply was a murder just like that for some money, then I should be cautious again with my money handling. Like the way I show
Okay.
off my things, I should be very cautious in
Mm-hmm.
hiding them. And
Yes.
maybe that is the thing. Or if it is for something else, if it was really a relationship thing which made the murder happen, or if it was just a quarrel or fight between them, then I will just dust it off. If it is for some other reason,
Okay.
then I have to be very cautious that doesn't happen to me, right? So that is why people
Okay.
see such news and they follow. So if it is
Oh.
personal vengeance, then I don't have anyone to do like that for personal vengeance. There, my mind settles down. If it is for some other
Okay.
reason that can also happen to me, then my mind starts being very cautious, and I settle things like that. I don't expose things. That happens. That is why
Okay.
we see such news, just to be cautious enough why it happens, what happens. It was
Mm.
really a common thing which could happen to all, or it was something personal to them, like that.
Okay. Likewise, when we see these kind of bad newses, is it normal that I feel anxious or emotionally drained after seeing this kind of newses, or it is abnormal to each and every human being?
Totally normal, because we have our fight and flight responses always alert. So seeing such news,
Okay.
our brain will stay alert. So it is normal to be
Mm-hmm.
anxious, and a little fear and anxious only will keep us alert and always active. If we don't just
Okay.
bother that, then our alert system will be rusted off. So it is normal to be
Okay.
alert, and that is, since we are alert,
Mm-hmm.
we are anxious all the time when we see such news.
Okay, we have spoken many things generally. I want to ask for some specific area of age groups, like the students and the young people. So nowadays, you can see many things that is happening in our India. Not only in India, it is also the abroad where people fight for many things and protest for many things. How can incidents like these students protest, bullying, and violence affects the young people's mentality, like the young people's mental health also we can say.
Like, it's in two ways. One, people think, oh my god, I'm not able to fight for that same cause. Like
Hmm.
sometimes their parents will not allow for protest. That time they might
Okay.
be very angry. As we all know, during Jallikattu, we weren't allowed by our
Yes.
parents to go to beaches.
Yes. Yeah.
We were not allowed. We had full college. Our college didn't allow us to cut it. So that time,
Hmm.
we personally will feel, oh my god, I cannot put my contributions to the protest. And so
Hmm.
that is one point of way of thinking. Like I couldn't put my contributions. I'm far apart. Since the protest was
Okay.
happening in the north, peoples of south didn't initially start the protest here. Only within a week,
Hmm.
the protest started in Tamil Nadu. Like 2 3 days,
Hmm.
the final days, what where we were involved, the Tamil Nadu students were involved. From the initial
Yeah.
days, the students were not actually involved. They didn't actually connect to that. They were
Yes.
all speaking about, especially Kerala and Tamil Nadu was deeply involved in FIFA World Cup, not the protest actually. So it depends on the students' mentality, like young adult mentality. Some think, okay, I'm not able
Hmm.
to give my contribution. I'm very far away to go to that protest. So that is how sometimes they feel guilty that my
Hmm.
contribution is not there. Where the cause of protest is for me, for my right, but I'm not able to contribute for that. So that is one way they might feel guilty. The another way is
Mm,
like sometimes they think they will be forced to enter such protest, uh,
mm,
like be in Rome, be in doing Rome, like when you're in Rome, be like a Roman. So when
like
all
a
the
yeah.
other students are protesting, I should also
Mm,
enter the protest, or else I will be
mm,
tagged selfish person, or I will be tagged like a student who is not uh, caring for the society, or I will be
mm,
like those things will go on. Actually, really, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Another thing is like sometimes if we speak out our voice during the protest, our
mm,
opinions,
mm.
they have fear they will be
Yeah,
judged of
yes.
being supporting to one particular community, or supporting to one particular religion, or supporting to one particular party, everything. So
Mm,
the fear of being judged will be very much they don't voice out their opinions a lot.
mm,
Even
mm,
if
yeah.
their opinion is right, they won't voice it out. Like for example, during the student protest, if I say the protest is not actually necessary, then it
Mm,
will be like I am supporting the central, right? So I
mm,
will not even
yeah.
voice out my opinion, even if I don't support the central. My part of
Mm,
content will be totally different, why the protest is not necessary. So but I will not voice
mm,
it out, because it will literally seem like I'm supporting the central. So that is
yeah.
why that is how this affects each and every individual. So it is not the same way it affects. Some might feel guilty, some might have the fear of being judged, some might feel
Mm,
not able to contribute, some might feel like whether they will attack me during the protest. Sometimes though they want to go to the protest, they might see their safety also sometimes. So they won't actively engage, but they might post things on social medias regarding the
yes.
protest. They might voice out staying inside their home, but they won't actually be present in that area. So this is how
Mm,
it affects each and every young adult. And sometimes if
mm,
a person is really working, they cannot quit a job and go for protest. So those are the
mm,
times they
mm,
might feel guilty. So
yes.
some these are the instance, and how actually the protest will affect. And other than protest, there are also many other things happening which makes the young adult feel like they are helpless at times, or they might also feel like they have to do their contribution, they have to make reformations in this.
Mm,
So not all think alike, everyone has their own type of opinions and unique personality. So this is what
mm,
will have different perspectives will be there in each and every adult. We can't particularly say if this happens only this will be the mentality of the students, or if this has happened this is only the mentality of the young adults. Everyone will have their different opinions.
yes, of course, Kathy. Absolutely, what you said is for me and for you itself, for both of us, will be having different opinions on some kind of violence that is happening in the society or some protest also. So it is not only one or two people. There are the millions of people living in India and the world. What happens? Each and everyone has their own criteria, own rules and regulations. It is not only we are affected only with the government people who says about this is the rules. It is also for me. I will say okay, I will dress up like this, I will shave like this, I will wear dress like this. So this happens from the small things. And when it starts with our Tamil Nadu, India, now I think so they are recently fighting for this particular need. But when it turns, we are seeing for the last 10 to 12 years that this incident is happening in our Tamil Nadu itself. We are protesting for this particular NEET and other education policies also. So this is not only the 1 or 2 days we are doing the protest for particular motto or the incidents. It is for the long back we have started, but nobody supported at that time. Why? Because Delhi it is far away from here, and we when we protest or something, it is happening in the Tamil Nadu. It is only within Tamil Nadu. Nobody comes in and nobody is going out. So that's the issue. But when it comes to the Delhi, people from Haryana, people from UP, people from Rajasthan, people from Ladakh and Kashmir, Pakistan occupied Kashmir and Assam. So people comes from the different area to the particular the Jantar Mantar. So where this is happening, it is like the people from the various religion, various society, various community, various caste also it is. So here it was not like that. No one speak about this particular thing. So this happens not only for this particular education policy, it is also for the people who has been arrested for the from Sri Lanka. That fisherman's issue is going on. Still now I'm seeing from my engage, people say support that thing, but it is persisting. It is not totally eradicated. So this happens why? Because we are not the central government, we are the state government. It is maybe it is not from the political aspect. I'm saying that maybe any kind of parties can be in sitting government or the previous government. It is not only about their political party. It is about the government. Government is activated not only the political parties. The underneath many people are working. People's like the AS officers, IPS officers, they came from the different background, sitting in the different state. Why? Because when we say about our Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry, from the same cadre, from the same state, the people will not be there. From the different area, from Delhi here, our IPS officer will be sitting. From Assam here, the IAS officer will be sitting. So this varies. That forms the government, the neutral government. So we can speak more about this political thing, but it is not the right time, I think so. In future, we will start
No, no,
something like
maybe within ourselves we can discuss.
yes, we started for the our community developments like the nurses community. But anyway, we have a point of view that we need to speak in the social media. It is not only for the nurses; it is for the people's emotional status too. Why? Because this podcast is started along with the mental health specialist is for the setting up some goal, setting up some emotional balance so that you can live a long. It is not only the cancer affects me, it is also the mental health that affects me. I can die. So that's why this has been started. It was impressed from some other people, but even though we have some set of thing we are speaking here, and I'm not going further into this particular topic. We'll go to the other thing, and just want to ask whether what kind of advice you can give to the students who are all feeling like I'm overstressed, I'm not stable now, my emotional is not balanced, and I'm too worried about some incidents when I see the newspaper or some kind of news in channels. So, what you will be giving kind of advice, the bit of advice to the students?
One thing is we can ask them to do a digital detoxification.
Okay.
As we have
Yeah.
alcohol
Dr. Paul, if
detoxification,
Dr.
they
Paul
can
sees
go.
this podcast, he will be thinking, "Oh, I'm just giving you a gut detoxification, but you are giving something like mental detoxification." Yes, please, Kathy.
Digital detoxification. Maybe you can stand. You can just be out of such digital news. Instead, just please
Mhm.
don't doom scroll everything.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
take a break from digital medias if such things
Mhm.
affects you, and you better concentrate on something which gives you mental peace, like going out, having some
Mhm.
entertainment. Maybe if you're near some beach, go to
Mhm.
beach, or go to a restaurant, or cook for yourself
Yes.
your favorite dish and do something. So
Mhm.
that is what a piece of advice what I can give. Digital
Yeah.
detox. Be out of social media and enjoy sometimes within yourself or with the family or with your friends. Be connected in reality rather than in social media. Like instead of
Okay.
sharing reels to a friend who is in the next door or the next city, maybe you can just go and see him, spend a quality of time with him or
Mhm.
her. That
Yeah.
would be very good
Yeah.
instead of sharing the same reels again. Like once I shared a news or reel regarding a incident to someone. and they
Mm.
receive some other news about the same incident, again
They
they
will share
give it
you
back
the
to me.
same. Yeah,
They
yeah,
share it to
yes.
me again.
Mm.
That doesn't come from one single person. It comes from multiple persons whom all I've shared the reel with, or whom all I've shared the incident with. So, like
Yeah, that
for
happens.
example, recent days we were speaking about FIFA, and like I
Mm.
just sent one Ronaldo reel to someone, and whatever Ronaldo reels he gets, he used to share it with me. So that is
Okay.
how once we share something, then people also think that we are attached to that kind of news. We like that kind of news, or
Mm.
we are interested in such news. We are learning more about the news. It is their mentality, and whatever reels or shorts or posts they see about that particular news, they used to share it with us. So instead of
Mm.
digitally active with your friend, you better go and be active in real life or real environment, so that you don't get such news. You spend your quality time enjoying yourself and speaking some other matters of your choice.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That's fine. The advice need to be taken by all students who is not from the nursing background. It is also for people from the different sector and different background. So now we are stepping into the parents, friends, and the families. So here, when we speak about the family peoples, so is I have a daughter. So if I see some bad news, I'm seeing that something has happened to some mother's daughter, and I want to convey to my daughter. Like now she will not be able to understand, think that I have a 10 years old daughter or son. Okay, so should the parents talk to the children about the disturbing news? If it is yes, please tell me how I can tell to my like the son or daughter.
Okay, yes. It is necessary to keep everyone alert, right? So you can, but it should be a like appropriate age and appropriate gender. Like which news to whom I'm sharing, that should be majorly important.
Okay.
So it is always necessary to have our kid to see news, because that should become a habit from a young age. So seeing news, we can have them, and explaining such news as once they understand goes in a different way, because as a kid we have to know their level of understanding. Whether if I tell this, will she understand and will she be able to process? We have to know the level of understanding of our kid first. That is the one thing.
Yes.
Then
Mhm.
breaking down the news, like instead of going directly to the bad part of the news or the most regretful area, we can just break it down from the beginning like a story. Better we narrate it as a story. Like in those days we had moral stories, and
Yes.
many stories which used to tell what will happen if you do like this, and this is the moral of the story, you should not do so. And so maybe we can have it in a narrative way instead of just saying the exact incident for a 10-year-old daughter. Maybe I'm thinking for my like as a 10-year-old kid, how I would have been. For me, stories
Mm-hmm.
are very favorite. So if someone narrates it in that way, I'll be very cautious enough. So nowadays, but
Mm-hmm.
kids are very outstanding us, outsmarting us. They even ask questions about that. They more know. They more know than we do. So it's not really necessary that we have to teach them and educate them. But still, it is a duty of a parent. So if it is done in that way, do not always straightly skip to bad news or bad things. You just put it the வாழைப்பழத்துல ஊசி ஏத்துறது,
Okay.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give it like with all things, like some nowadays many shots are how to feed your pet a tablet, like that only we
Okay.
have to do to our
Okay. Okay.
it's not
Okay.
like straight away make them come sit with me, this is the news, this is the society, you should not do that. Everything that will actually
Mm-hmm.
ripple back to you. Who is he to tell me not to do such things? That is my wish, or something like that. Many kids have the tendency, if we tell not to do, they will do it again. So it's
Yes.
not like that. You should make them realize what will happen if such things, give a narrative, and then make them learn the lesson.
Okay, should the parents can tell their children, or if my child is watching some viral videos or the drastically some tragic videos, so what is my responsibility to do? Should they can watch those kind of reels, or I need to block those things?
Better block it, but like it depends on, they should also know what is happening in the society, but not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily they often get the same news, so it is better to block it, make it kids friendly. What I used to do is, like, if I get a reel which it is not subject to me, I give not interested to that particular
Yeah.
reel. And also sometimes I used to change my algorithm. I used to go search for a beautiful sari, trending saris, trending songs, or
Mm-hmm.
food, like that I used to search, and automatically my algorithm will not show such reels anymore. So better we set reset the algorithm for the kids, instead of telling them not to see it. We better make them not to see it by resetting the algorithm.
Okay, so what we can do is we can make the social media platform which is friendly to the kids. The option it is already there, but parents doesn't know to enable that. So that kind of thing can be activated. So when I give something to my daughter, also what I do is I will not give the particular YouTube which is now we are operating. I just give my child with the YT Kids. What happens is the YouTube has the same application with the name of the kids, so this can be happen to each and every parents to stay along with this. Are you right, Kathy?
I'm sorry, power cut.
Okay. No issues. If you can have the network in your mobile, that will be fine. I think so. I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. What kind of sign should parents look if my child is emotionally affected? How I can understood those things? Why? Because suddenly today morning when my daughter usually she wakes up and she say hi or good morning something else to me or my wife, but some recent days I think so she is sleeping late night, and now she doesn't want to wake up, she want to cry. She is sitting back herself in the bed and she is crying lot and lot in the early morning. And then only she is coming to the normal state. So it is also meaning some kind of sign, or my baby is already emotionally affected with some kind of thing. So it can be some general you can speak about.
Thing is, like, uh, I couldn't get the question properly fully because I had a network
Oh,
issue. Can you repeat it once
okay.
again?
Can I repeat it? Can I repeat it?
My data is not working. Yeah, you can repeat it.
Oh, okay, fine. What sign should parents look for if child is emotionally affected?
Okay. Emotionally affected, the child might be staying aloof at times. It will not mingle, because sometimes if they see a news of a father beating, again they will have a separation from the father figure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So, or if they see a news about men at total, they will totally avoid men who are all in the family. So that is how
Mm-hmm.
it initially starts. So who are all in that fatherly figure or motherly figure or in that sisterhood, everyone they will be starting to have a particular anxiety to speak with them. They would not speak the same how they were before. They won't have the same connection. So it
Okay.
is very particular to gain the confidence of the child. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
happens in the news is not real. You have to keep on telling her that this is not reality. This doesn't occur everyone, and not every men are same, or not every mother is same. Those things.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to continuously, repeatedly ensure the child that we are safe to her. We always are there for his or her security. First thing. And the
Mm-hmm.
symptom is that it starts avoiding to speak to that particular person, or seeing such news is sometimes the child will avoid to go. Like if it hears a news like a child got missed in the crowd, so automatically the child will have generalized anxiety. It will not step into the crowd, it will not go to shop, so that it feels that she might get missed somehow, or someone will
Okay.
kidnap her. So that is how generally it
Mhm.
starts. It starts with anxiety of stepping out from the house. It starts with little anxiety not to speak with strangers. Like initially the child would be very friendly with everyone, now it starts staying alone. So one particular
Mhm.
behavior we can watch is the child's normal behavior, like being friendly will be lessened. Like it would be the child will be
Mhm.
very alone. It won't speak with us, or it sometimes it will not tell through words. It will just be in actions. Like totally it will avoid that particular scenario or particular person whom it related with the news. So that is how you can initially identify. And also sometimes the child, though it is not connected with the family, or it is not connected with the father, it is not connected with the mother, sometimes some general news which is very scary, the child will have that in mind being processed again and again. So at that time, the child will not look into the phone anymore. The child will not eat properly, will not sleep properly. It will have nightmares. It will wake up suddenly and cry. So such things will be there. So that those are the behavior cues we can notice that child is literally affected with some news, or mentally struggling to overcome any trauma.
Okay, okay, understood. So as we are just going to move for 1 hour, I'm just skipping some points and I'm picking some questions importantly which is necessary now. And how can we stay informed without affecting our peace of mind?
Okay, very simple. As I said, make your algorithm very pleasant. Whatever, like set particular time for news. Do not scroll newses. Watch news in
Okay,
news channels and newspapers.
okay.
Once we start scrolling newses, every reel we see is a news. Every reel we see is the information regarding an incident. So instead of
Yeah.
that, you can just stick on to watching news channels and reading news, so that you stay updated. Even if you stay want to stay updated 24 into 7, you just watch news in the morning, afternoon, evening, or before bedtime. You just go to news and scroll. Don't mix it with your normal reels. Do not see news
Okay.
in Instagram. Like
Mhm.
what I see is sometimes I used to go back, because during night time I used to go see some social media pages which is there for Pondi. I used to see whether there is any power shutdown news,
Okay.
whether there is so such types of news you can update from time to time. Do not do it again and
Mhm.
again or frequently. Almost constantly we are doing we are just scrolling reels and on news on reels.
Mhm.
So you should avoid seeing news in reels. Instead, go watch it in a news channel or read it in a newspaper. That's all. First thing you should do. And set
Mhm.
time, so that since the news is affecting you, set time to digitally detox you after that particular news. Once you see such news and you keep scrolling, the feeds will be showing you the same reels. So if you see a news which is affecting you, stop then and there and digitally detox
Mhm.
yourself. Go to some other website, or some other social media, or totally
Yes.
come out of social media and spend quality time in the real environment, instead of being on a digital environment.
Mhm.
So that that will help you to settle off from that nightmare, or such terrible
Okay.
horrible news, traumatic news. The next thing is
Okay.
staying focused on what you want. Always make
Mhm.
sure your algorithm shows what you really need. I That's what I said first. If I see some newses which are really hurting me and really very traumatic to me, I immediately go
Mhm.
in every search icon. I search whatever I need. Especially I search for saris and foods. Only that. So
Okay.
automatically
Okay.
my reels will be only for that thing. And
Mm-hmm.
now we have AI videos like food content videos, and I used to
Yes.
see
Food preparation
videos like
videos.
yes, of course, of food cooking videos or some AI videos
Mm-hmm.
which are animated.
Yes.
Recently, that one thing, spoofing of movies will be there a lot with food items. Maybe I can
Okay.
share
Okay.
you one. So
Mm-hmm.
that so I used to see watch such things so that I get mentally relaxed when I see such
Okay.
things.
You are
I don't get
refreshing
the feelings
yourself.
anymore.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I refresh my feed by changing its algorithm. And I can always say I don't get such news because my feeds are only about what I need. If at all, if I get
Okay.
some through stories, I get through other posts or through someone who shares the reels, I get it. But mostly,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get such news because in Insta, it is in YouTube. YouTube, when I go,
So.
I see all the news because in YouTube, I especially go watch Polymer News, Sun News, and every news channel. I get in and watch News 7. So automatically, when I go in YouTube, small short reels from news channels will be entering. But once in Insta,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get such news. Most probably, I can't assure 100%. Maybe 85 percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So.
everything. How if you want to get rid of that, change your algorithm, digitally detox yourself, spend some quality
Mm.
time only for you, and set time for reading news or listening to news. All you
Yes.
don't spend all of your scrolling time for news. That is what I would say.
Okay, so majorly the digital detoxification is necessary for each and every individual who is handling the social media. So that's very
Yes.
significant thing to learn. And now we are going to step into the rapid fire. I want a single sentence from you. What we can do for improving our mental health. So the first one is one habit that keeps you mentally healthy.
Regarding this news thing or any
Yeah, the
habit or
news thing.
anything,
I'm speaking
news thing.
about today's topic. Yes.
Okay. Regarding this news, as I said, I don't have time to scroll news always. So it is only particular timing I
Mhm.
see news. I set timings to
Okay.
see news. So
Okay.
other times are not are always my quality time, not for someone else news. So set time for
Yes.
news. Do not scroll news all the time.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. The second is the news break or the social media is break.
I don't
What
get
you
you.
will
The
choose for
news break
news
or
break or social media break. Which one you choose? Which one you wanted us to choose?
That's what news break. You don't need to spend all your time on news. Like I told, right? A
Mm.
particular time is enough for news. Take break from news, not from social media. If you're
Oh,
not
okay.
able to come out of social media, no need to come out of that. But you can come out of the news which the social media brings.
Okay. 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 Understood. The last final rapid fire is the one word the world needs more of.
One word the world needs more of.
Yeah.
To move on such newses, or I don't get.
For the news purpose, I'm saying. I'm asking for the news only.
For the news, one word.
Yeah.
Mm, one word. I couldn't tell anything in one word for news. Um, maybe I don't get. Maybe I've told all the answers
Because you can't,
again and
you
again
can't, you
repeatedly.
can't adapt the human being in the one word. That's why it is very difficult for us to choose the particular thing to say to our audience.
Yes, of course. Like there are many things you can do move on. Like better.
Something you can feel like
Telephone.
important.
That's what digital detoxification. One word or two words.
Okay. Okay, that's great, Kathy. And today's session it was very useful to many of us, including me. I even when I scroll my social media, I just get something the bad news which it is not necessary for me. And one more thing, the people and the society need to think each and every news will not be verified by someone. It is not a newspaper. People sit for particularly for the picture, particularly for the content. They will write the content and they will verify it whether it is validated or not. Then it will be printed in the paper and it will reach us to the home every day. But the news channels also have the same kind of capacity to do. Rather, when you compare with the newspaper and the news channels, they are all working normally, similarly, the strategy is same. But when it comes to the social media, I can also post something based upon my view. Cathy can also post something based upon her view. It is the matter what I think and Cathy think that it is going to project it in the social media as a news. Today also I can post like something for the current issue it is going in Delhi. I can post, I can support anything else. But the people will think I am depends to this particular party. I am supporting this particular party. This happens first initially. Okay, so whenever you open the social media, whenever you open some news, you need to think whether it is necessary for you or not. If it is not necessary to you, please avoid those newses and click on to the button which it is not important to you or which it is not interested for you. There is an option for each and every social media. Government of India and government of other countries is not thinking about the particular situation we are scrolling. They are also thinking about there should be option whether we see interest for this particular scrolling or it is not. So likewise, Cathy said, I will. She will be going and searching for particular portion like the saris or the food cooking or the cooking matters. So when it automatically changes your algorithm, set up your own kind of thing and rule the kingdom like what you want. It is not someone want to rule you. If you see something, it is a one day matter. The next day you will get another matter, and next year the same date or same day you will be getting another issue. The news is it is not only the previous one, it is not the future one, it is the present one. Today it will come, tomorrow the other news. Today in social media, me and Cathy will speak about this particular topic. Tomorrow or the next week, it will be the another topic. It will not be the same. So likewise, you need to change your mindset and be and have a healthy mindset. Each and every drops of the water will change entire world. So that's like each and every scrolling, each and every news that can trouble your mental health. Please stay healthy and have a great Sunday. Thank you, Cathy, for providing so much of contents to us. Yes, Cathy, please.
I want one word to say since
Yeah.
this is about news. Don't fall prey for thumbnails. That's all.
Okay. Yes, that's actually
Seeing
happens. We
thumbnails,
will.
you get to see.
Yes, we are trapped to the thumbnail. That is happening nowadays. Okay. Anyway, so it is not only the thumbnail. I say the entire thing. I can post anything else along with the thumbnail, but yeah, inside of that video or inside of that reels, something will be there. The people will be clicking onto the click bites which is posted by the influencers. They know how to influence you. That's why it is they are all called as influencers. I'm not saying every influencers are bad or correct. It is that what they are posting it. Today I can speak normally about the mental health, tomorrow I can speak wrong about the mental health. That depends upon me, what I'm thinking, what I want to project myself to the social media. I am not the very good person to sit here and speak. I may not be a bad person. I may not be a good person. So that differs from each and every individual and the human being. Okay. Stay alert for everything and support for many things which is happening in our country, and something will be better. It will be happen in the future too. And thank you, Kathy, for everything. And this content also exceed more than 1 hour, and we try to finish before 1 hour. Thank you so much, and have a great Sunday. And thank you, love you all. Stay tuned. Next week we'll be meeting up with something different and very interesting topic. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a great week ahead.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.